Your glory, God, is what our hearts long for, to be overcome by your presence, Lord. Your presence, Lord.
Be with you on this marvelous day. Every day is a marvelous day because it's a day that the Lord has made, so we must rejoice and be glad in it. This day, especially this Sunday, the beginning of our week, you are having a marvelous day, right? I wanted to make this video because I think over the course of the last couple videos, there's been like a theme. And that recurring theme has been a lot about modesty and a lot about Our Lady of Fatima, right? If not, I think the majority has been about Our Lady of Fatima. And if you've been following me for a while, then you kind of more or less know that I just love Our Lady of Fatima. It's just one of my favorite apparitions that have occurred throughout the world. There's so many, that have occurred throughout the world, and all the apparitions that have occurred have their specific messages, but they all come together and basically have the same conclusion, like convert, pray the rosary, do reparation. There's just a lot of things that are coming together really from the prophecies of Fatima. I was so blessed to have Our Lady come to our house sometime this last week. She came to our house on Tuesday evening, and actually it's an awesome story. I think I'm just gonna tell you guys the story. So last year, if you've been following me, right, you know that I had the blessing to go to Fatima. And I went to, not only did I go to Fatima, I went to Medjugorje, I went to Lourdes, and I went to Avila. And, when I went to Fatima, when I was leaving Fatima, I cried. I didn't feel the same way when I was in Medjugorje or Lourdes, but when I left Fatima, I felt like something come over me, and I just started to cry and cry and cry because I was leaving. And I know our Blessed Lady is everywhere we go, she's there with us, but at the same time, kind of I think that overwhelming feeling of knowing that I was there and that I had to go back to, back into the world, into reality, being a mom, and my time there was coming to an end, and I actually probably last month I was talking about the tour guide that we had there in Fatima, and I had never gone on a trip before, and I just felt like I couldn't soak it in. The things that she was showing us, I couldn't soak it in. And when we got to Lucia's home, I kind of brought that to her attention, and I thought later on that I needed to pray for her. So I was actually talking about her and the experience with somebody over the phone last month. And I was like, I really got to pray. We got to pray for her because she, I don't know what could have been going on, or maybe I was out of line. I don't know. Right. And so anyways, 5 minutes before I had said that, when I came home, I took the mail out of the mailbox, and something fell from all of the things that I had in my hand to the side of the car, and I pick it up, and it's a postcard, and it is the image of Our Lady of Fatima. I was like, wait a minute, I just was talking about her. And on the back of that card, it said, Our Lady is going to be in your area. Would you like her to come to your house? And obviously the answer was immediately yes. They called me back, and they said that I was the first one to call in and get an appointment. So I had any day to choose from. And so I chose for her to come on the first day. And I chose for her to come in the evening. And as it was such a beautiful experience to have Our Lady come to our home, having crowned Our Lady, my kids putting on the rosary on her hands, and then the person that brought her speaking about everything, every detail, from the crown to the star that's on her dress, um, to the little I don't know if you guys noticed that she has like an orb on her necklace. Like, what does that signify, right? And so he then started to say that, that prior to the visit for my house, that he had gone somewhere else to another home, and that person and a few others had gone to Fatima the year prior. And he said, and normally when I hear those stories, Our Lady wants to confirm to those people that have gone in faith to go see her and kind of sacrifice themselves to do that, to confirm to them that she was very pleased. So now she wants to come visit you. And I hadn't mentioned that to him, that I had gone to Fatima, but when he said that, my heart was just like, okay, mother, like, you are really wanting to come. And how is it that a year later, she comes to my house? I think it was like exactly a year and a month from when I went to go visit her. She comes to our home, and I feel like it's a confirmation that she was pleased with, I guess, stepping into the awkward, into another country, into another, there's language barriers sometimes, and using their currency is kind of hard for me, at least. But just knowing that she was pleased with that, it brings a lot of peace into my heart. And, out of all the times that she could have asked to come to my home, she came in a time where it's very uncertain for the world. And we did pray for that. We prayed for the uncertainty, for all those that have had a lot of fear over this pandemic, and for our churches to be opened again. And we prayed for all of these things. And then after that, they put on a movie. And the movie really reminded me, and see, this is what the gentleman said. He said, we have compiled a movie worth 30 minutes of the most important messages of Our Lady. There's so many messages, right? Because she came several times to the children, but they only compiled the 3. And so that brings me to the movie Fatima, right? The movie that just came out. I think it was like a week before Our Lady came to my house. And I loved the movie. I did, but I did also feel like there was it needed more, right? But after I listened to what this gentleman said, I thought, well, this is the same purpose to this video. That yes, there could have been more added to this movie, but this is the most important messages that Our Lady is pleased for us to hear. This is what we need to hear now. And I think that overall the movie was very well done. The scenography was beautiful. The actors did an amazing job. My children, I think out of all this, my children, especially the third one, really had this call, took in the message, and as a matter of fact, the following couple days, she started to dress like, I think it was Lucia. And then she had the children dressed like, one of them dressed like Francisco, and then the other one dressed like Jacinta, right? And so that has to say a lot. If a movie can change the mindset of anybody, especially the children, of the way that you got to kind of dress, the way that you got to behave. Even my 15-year-old was like, you guys saw the movie, we have to be nice to each other, we can't be fighting, and we got to keep peace, And this is all from watching the movie Fatima. And then shortly thereafter, what happens? Our Lady comes to our house, and again, my children are hearing the messages, seeing the video that's very similar to the messages that were found in the movie that we watched. So they were getting filled with the messages of Fatima. So to me, like I said, I actually had a few people message me, and I felt the same way. But then after I had Our Lady come, it was like a confirmation that that video, she was also pleased with the movie. She was pleased with the Fatima movie. So, you know, I think at the time that we're in right now, it comes at a perfect timing. The messages, yes, there could have been more said, but I think the core of the messages is what's most important right now. And then it also got me wanting to read the book of Fatima and Lucia's own words. I actually bought it a few, like I think last year, and I got to reading some of the messages up to page like 55, but it really talks a lot about Jacinta and her brother. It really does it. Lucia says it in the book in the beginning. She says, you know, I don't want it to be about me, but I am asked to write this book, to share the accounts and exactly as they happened. But I will try to not talk as much of myself, but we'll talk a lot about my cousins. And so she does talk a lot about her cousins, but I'm gonna start from the beginning just to get a better idea, a better understanding of the messages of Our Lady. You know, like I said, I do know some of the messages, but in depth, I don't know. So I would love to get a better picture of that. So I'm going to be reading this book. This is, like I said, it's called Fatima and Lucia's Own Words. Our Lady came to our home and she confirmed a lot of things as she was here, and I was able to connect the different pieces as to why she came to visit. It's not a coincidence that Our Lady wants to come to your home if you ever received that postcard. And I think the apostolate is called America Needs Fatima. And one of their main things is taking the pilgrim statue to the different homes. And like he said, like Our Lady's the one that chooses where she wants to go. And so yeah, praise Jesus that his mother wanted to come and visit us. So with that said, guys, thanks for listening once again, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy it, please do share it, comment below. I will try my best to get back to you, and do subscribe. It helps if you subscribe. That way more people know about this channel. And yeah, so with that said, peace of the Lord stay with you all, and have a wonderful week. Peace.